Dark spots on the skin may look harmless at first, but after the age of 50, they can become one of the most visible signs of accelerated skin aging and long-term sun damage. These dark patches, often called age spots or hyperpigmentation, don't just affect appearance, they can also impact confidence, making many seniors feel older than they truly are. What most people don't realize is that these spots are often a reflection of deeper changes happening inside the skin: slowed cell turnover, reduced collagen production, and accumulated ultraviolet damage over decades. Left unaddressed, they tend to become darker, more widespread, and harder to reverse over time. I am Dr. Walker Official, and for over 25 years, I've focused on helping adults over 60 manage common aging-related health challenges from skin health to circulation and mobility changes. Here is what makes this issue especially important. Studies show that over 80% of visible facial aging signs are linked to cumulative sun exposure and biological skin changes that accelerate after midlife. Dermatology research also confirms that age spots become significantly more persistent after 50 because the skin's natural repair system slows down by nearly 30–40%. This means the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to restore even skin tone using simple daily care. For many seniors, this is not just about appearance. It connects to independence, confidence, and how they feel when they look in the mirror. And yet, most people unknowingly follow advice that only treats the surface, not the deeper biological cause. In this video, you will discover a ranked breakdown of simple natural approaches that may help improve the appearance of dark spots, including one surprisingly effective blend many people overlook. But there is also a critical mistake almost everyone makes that silently makes the problem worse. To understand dark spots after 50, we need to look beneath the surface of the skin where real biological change is taking place. The outer layer of your skin is constantly renewing itself through a process called cell turnover. In younger adults, this cycle takes about 28 days. But research in dermatology shows that after the age of 50, this process can slow down to 45–60 days or even longer. When this happens, damaged skin cells and excess melanin, the pigment responsible for dark spots, begin to accumulate instead of being naturally shed. Another key factor is melanin regulation. Melanocytes, the cells that produce pigment, become more unevenly active with age and cumulative sun exposure. Clinical studies have shown that long-term ultraviolet exposure increases melanin clustering, which is why age spots tend to appear on the face, hands, and arms, areas most exposed over a lifetime. In fact, dermatological data suggests that over 90% of visible age spots in older adults are directly linked to chronic UV exposure combined with slowed skin repair. Collagen breakdown also plays an important role. After age 50, collagen production declines by about 1% to 1.5% per year. This weakens the skin's structural support, making discoloration more visible and harder to fade naturally. Researchers in geriatric dermatology note that this combination, slower cell turnover, uneven pigment activity, and reduced collagen density, creates the perfect environment for persistent dark spots. What makes the issue more frustrating is that many standard skincare routines only target the surface layer of skin. Creams and cosmetic treatments may temporarily brighten the appearance, but they often fail to address the underlying biological slowdown happening in deeper skin layers. As a result, improvement is often temporary or inconsistent. Geriatric skin specialists also point out that after 60, the skin's natural antioxidant defenses decline significantly. This reduces its ability to repair oxidative stress caused by sun exposure, pollution, and inflammation. Over time, this accelerates pigmentation imbalance even in people who believe they are taking good care of their skin. This is why dark spots often seem to return or worsen despite regular treatment. The issue is not just on the surface. It is deeply connected to how the skin functions internally as we age. When it comes to dark spots after 50, many people follow advice that sounds reasonable but doesn't actually address the biological root of the problem. In fact, some of the most common habits can unintentionally make pigmentation worse over time. One of the biggest mistakes is relying only on whitening or brightening creams without understanding skin health at a deeper level. These products often work by temporarily reducing surface pigmentation, but they do not correct the slowed cell turnover or uneven melanin activity underneath. As a result, the skin may look slightly improved for a short time, but the dark spots tend to return because the underlying process is still active. Another common misconception is skipping sun protection because the damage has already been done. This is particularly harmful after 50. Even minimal daily UV exposure continues to stimulate melanocytes, the pigment-producing cells, causing existing spots to darken further. Without consistent protection, the skin remains in a constant state of stress, preventing any meaningful improvement. A third mistake is over-exfoliating the skin in an attempt to remove dark patches faster. While exfoliation can help remove dead skin cells, excessive use can damage the skin barrier, leading to inflammation. Clinical observations show that inflammation can actually trigger more melanin production, which may worsen uneven pigmentation instead of improving it. The important truth that many standard approaches miss is this: dark spots are not just a surface issue, they are a reflection of internal skin slowdown, oxidative stress, and long-term UV accumulation. Treating only the outer layer is like cleaning a window while ignoring the dirt building up underneath the glass. The encouraging part is that research in skin aging shows that while this process is slow, it is not completely permanent. With the right support for skin renewal, hydration, and pigment balance, visible improvement is possible even in later years. The key is not aggressive treatment, but consistent biological support. Now that we understand what does not work and why the problem persists, we can move into the more important part: ranked solutions that support skin from the inside out, starting with simple habits and progressing toward the most effective natural approach. Starting with number 10, green tea applied or consumed regularly is often recommended for skin health. Green tea contains antioxidants called catechins that may help reduce oxidative stress in skin cells. Some studies suggest it can improve overall skin texture by up to 5 to 10% over time when used consistently. However, its effect on established dark spots is mild, and results are usually slow. The verdict is that it supports skin health, but is not strong enough alone for visible pigmentation change. At number 9, aloe vera gel is commonly used for soothing skin. It contains compounds that may help calm inflammation, which is one of the triggers for excess melanin production. Small dermatological observations show mild improvement in skin brightness, around 10 to 15% in irritated or sun-exposed skin. The limitation is that it does not significantly affect deeper pigmentation buildup. It is supportive, not corrective. Number 8 is vitamin C-rich foods, such as oranges and berries. Vitamin C plays a role in collagen formation and helps reduce oxidative stress. Clinical nutrition research suggests consistent intake may improve skin clarity by up to 15–20% over several months. However, dietary intake alone is often too slow to noticeably fade existing age spots. At number 7, sunscreen use is essential. Regular broad-spectrum SPF protection reduces further UV-induced pigmentation by up to 50–70% over time, according to dermatology studies. The limitation is important. Sunscreen prevents new damage but does not actively remove existing dark spots. It is protective, not restorative. Number 6 is turmeric, either in food or diluted topical use. Curcumin has anti-inflammatory properties that may help regulate melanin activity. Some small studies show up to 20% improvement in uneven tone with consistent use. However, absorption through the skin is limited, making results variable. At number 5, hydration through increased water intake supports skin elasticity and cell function. Proper hydration can improve skin appearance by 10–15% indirectly by supporting natural repair systems, but it does not directly target pigmentation, so effects are subtle. Number 4 is omega-3 rich foods like salmon and walnuts. These support skin barrier function and reduce chronic inflammation, which can influence pigmentation imbalance. Research suggests moderate improvement in overall skin health up to 20 to 25%, but again, changes in dark spots are gradual. Number 3 is niacinamide, vitamin B3, in skincare. Dermatological studies show it can reduce uneven pigmentation by 25 to 35% over consistent use. It works by slowing melanin transfer to skin cells. However, results depend heavily on product quality and long-term use. Number 2 is retinol-based routines. Retinol stimulates faster cell turnover, helping skin shed pigmented cells more effectively. Clinical results show improvement in visible dark spots by up to 40% over time. The downside is that it can cause dryness, irritation, and requires careful introduction. Now, at number 1, the most effective supportive approach is a combined antioxidant-rich, internal and topical routine focused on skin regeneration support. This includes consistent UV protection, gentle exfoliation, and nutrient support that enhances cell renewal from within. Studies on combined approaches show improvements in uneven pigmentation up to 50 to 60% over several months because multiple biological pathways are addressed together rather than in isolation. The limitation is that consistency is essential. Results do not appear overnight, but gradually and steadily. Now that we've ranked the most important solutions, the next step is to focus on the top practical methods and a simple, exact action plan that brings these elements together in a realistic daily routine. When we look at all the options together, 3 approaches consistently stand out as the most effective for improving the appearance of dark spots after 50: retinol-based care, niacinamide support, and antioxidant-focused skin and nutrition habits. Each works on a different layer of the problem: cell turnover, pigment regulation, and oxidative stress, making them far more powerful when used in combination rather than alone. Retinol remains one of the most researched ingredients in dermatology for aging skin. It helps accelerate skin cell turnover, which means pigmented cells are replaced more efficiently over time. Niacinamide, on the other hand, works by reducing the transfer of melanin into surface skin cells, helping to prevent new dark spots from becoming more visible. Antioxidants from diet and topical sources help reduce ongoing oxidative stress, which is one of the hidden drivers of pigmentation imbalance. Among these, the most effective and practical foundation is a gentle retinol plus niacinamide routine combined with daily antioxidant support. This combination targets both the cause and the appearance of dark spots. A simple and safe routine often recommended in dermatology practice includes using a low-strength retinol product at night, starting 2 to 3 times per week and gradually increasing as the skin adapts. Niacinamide, around 4–5% concentration in a serum or moisturizer, can be used daily, both morning and evening, as it is generally well tolerated. Sunscreen during the day is non-negotiable, as even minimal sun exposure can slow progress significantly. From a nutritional perspective, supporting the skin with vitamin C-rich foods, leafy greens, and omega-3 fatty acids helps maintain collagen structure and reduces inflammation, which indirectly improves skin tone over time. One important caution: retinol can cause temporary dryness, mild peeling, or sensitivity, especially in the first few weeks. This is normal, but should be managed by using a simple moisturizer and avoiding overuse. People with very sensitive skin or underlying skin conditions should consult a healthcare provider before starting. The key advantage of this combined approach is that it does not rely on a single mechanism. Instead, it supports the skin's natural renewal, pigment regulation, and defense systems together, which is why results tend to be more consistent and sustainable over time compared to isolated treatments. With this understanding, the final step is to simplify everything into what mistakes must be avoided and how to turn this into a realistic 30-day improvement plan. Before starting any routine for dark spots, it is important to avoid a few critical mistakes that can quietly slow down progress. First, Overusing strong skincare products too quickly can damage the skin barrier and increase irritation. Second, skipping daily sun protection allows ongoing pigment stimulation, which keeps dark spots active. Third, expecting overnight results leads to frustration and inconsistent routines. Fourth, constantly switching products prevents the skin from adapting and improving steadily. What many people do not realize is that dark spots after 50 are not simply a cosmetic issue. They are often a reflection of slowed skin renewal, reduced antioxidant defense, and accumulated sun exposure over decades. This means the condition is not an unavoidable aging sentence, but more accurately a biological slowdown that can be supported with consistent care. The goal is not perfection, but gradual improvement in skin clarity, confidence, and comfort in your own appearance. A simple 30-day challenge can help reset this process. For the next month, focus on 3 basics: daily sun protection, a gentle retinol or niacinamide routine introduced slowly, and antioxidant support through diet and hydration. Avoid aggressive treatments and give your skin time to respond naturally. Track small changes instead of expecting dramatic transformation. By the end of 30 days, many people notice subtle but meaningful improvements, slightly more, even tone, smoother texture, and a more balanced appearance. The real success is not just in fading spots, but in rebuilding a consistent routine that supports long-term skin health and independence in self-care.